Alrighty guys, so in front of me I have a makeshift bathtub, okay? So obviously at your house your trombone will fit into it just fine, but here at school this is what we have. First thing you need is you need your snakes. Okay, those came hopefully whenever you purchased your trombone you got a snake. If not, these are like $8 on Amazon. Okay, you'll want a sponge/scour pad. Okay, you'll want one that has both, and then you're gonna put a towel in the bottom of the bathtub so it doesn't scratch your slide up. Y'all know how delicate your slide are after how many that have actually been to repair this year. So just make sure you put a towel on the other side too. Then you'll have another towel, okay, off to the side to put your now clean, okay, stuff. So you're just gonna start with taking everything apart, okay? So you're gonna have the bell portion, okay? And then you're going to take out your slides, put them in your bathtub to soak. Okay, typically trombones you guys only have 2 or 3 maybe, okay? And then the bell portion goes in, okay? Then you will actually, okay, and this you're gonna have to be very, very careful with. You will submerge the actual slide, okay? Again, you're just being extremely careful as you do all the things, okay? So what you'll do, oh, it looks like my bathtub isn't quite large enough. Wow. So we will make do. So after your instrument has soaked for about 15 minutes, okay, you're gonna take the longest snake that you have and you are going to run it through, okay, your trombone. And you'll feel it hit the little turn. Okay, that's fine. You're just gonna keep pushing junk, keep pushing junk, keep pushing junk, okay? And eventually it'll come out the other side, okay? And then you pull it back through, okay? You may or may not get gunk, it just depends, okay? And I would do that 2 or 3 times, okay? And I would go on the other side, same thing. Push it through, push it through, push it through, push it through. Ah!
Impressive.
I think it hit the water key. Yeah, it's not wanting to go past the water key, that's okay. Okay, and once you, okay.
You've been eating.
So, you're gonna find gunk in there you really don't like, okay? So, once you get everything through, once you get the snake through a few times, okay, you're gonna rinse it out under clean water. I don't have clean water here, but I'm gonna go rinse it out in the instrument room in a second. And then you'll lay it carefully on a towel. Then you're gonna do the same thing, except even more carefully with your inner slide, okay? So again, you're just gonna push through, okay, pull it out. And all it's doing, guys, because there's so much water that goes through our instrument, because we inevitably have food inside of our mouths, like residue, it just gets gunk in there, okay? And so again, you rinse this out. You never wanna leave it soapy. I'm gonna go rinse this out after class. You never wanna leave soap on it. It's gonna eat away at the slide, okay? But we're gonna pretend I've already rinsed this off and I'm putting it off to the side, okay? So then you're gonna grab your slide, okay? The only other thing you might wanna do with your inner slide is take your soft yellow part of the sponge and wipe off the old trombone. Okay, so you're just gonna take that, wipe it off, and again, rinse it. So you can see I got off a little bit of oil. There's a little bit of black on there. Okay, so just like with any oil that gets used, it does get discolored. Okay, so again, we're gonna pretend I've already rinsed that off. There's no soap left on that. So then you're gonna take your slides, okay? And I like to cover mine and shake it up to dislodge any gunk that gets in there. Okay, but the most important thing here is, again, gonna be your snake. And so you just snake it on out, okay? And I saw some green. Now I don't see any green anymore. That's why I made a face. So you're just gonna push it through. Again, 2 or 3 times. Get more water in it, shake it up again. Okay, this is where the scour pad comes in. You wanna use the kind of harder portion only on the parts that you would add slide grease to. You do not put that on your lacquer. That will scratch up your instrument, okay? So see how mine is kind of scratched? Okay, That's what it'll turn into if you put this on the like silver shiny part. You only want to put it on the actual tuning slide itself. So watch what happens. So I've got the tuning slide in my hand. Notice mine doesn't have it on this side, okay? And all I'm going to do is use that scour pad on only the tuning slide portion. Look at how cleaner it is.
Whoa.
Okay, again, do not use the scour pad though on your nice shiny portions or else it'll get scratched out. Okay, so again, now that that's clean, now that I've got all that old oil off, I am going to rinse it. Again, I don't have anything to rinse right now, but I've rinsed it off. I've placed it on my towel to the side. Okay, and then once you do that, once you've got it all rinsed off, okay, you're gonna take a soft cloth. I've got puppy pads here. They actually work really well. Paper towels could also do. And you're gonna dry off everything before you put it back together. Okay, now I know with your trombone, you're not gonna be able to get very far, but you guys put water on your slides. You get water in there all the time. I would still take something though, and I would kind of wrap it up like this. Okay, and I would just try and get as much water out of the instrument as possible before you put it back together. Okay, so again, I am just taking my paper towel / my puppy pad here, and I'm just going in there and I'm trying to get it as dry as possible before I assemble anything. Okay, the last thing is obviously you'll clean the bell portion of it. Okay, and so again, it's the exact same thing. You're gonna take your snake, you're gonna run it through. Okay, you're gonna take your snake, you're gonna run it through. So anywhere that there is a pipe, you wanna run that snake through, okay, just to clean it out. And then obviously you're gonna rinse it out whenever you put everything back together, okay? And see, here's the other half of my slide, right? Okay, whenever you put everything back together, guys, you're going to do trombone and slide grease just like you would if you would the first time I taught you how to do it, okay? So, notice how much cleaner that is now. So, that is how you clean your trombone. I've got a few more parts here, but I've hit the main points. So, shake up to release extra gunk. Put your snake through. Always rinse off your soap before you assemble it back together. And then last but not least, just make sure that when you do put everything back together, you put on trombone just like it's brand new. You put on slide grease on your tuning slides just like it's brand new and you've never done it before, okay? And then try and get it as dry as possible before you go. Only use the green scour pad portions on parts of the instrument that are not lacquer, aka not shiny.
What do you use the Q-tips for?
Oh, the Q-tips. Yeah, so sometimes I'll get in with the Q-tips and I'll just get around the edges. And so honestly, the snake works pretty well. This is more for like valves, but I brought them out here just in case I needed them. So, but just to get into the nooks and crannies of it. Okay, guys, you can go ahead and hit stop.
I can subscribe for